Hi, key executive leadership today in the context of public affairs rounds around two important topics, culture and learning. But in order to understand it better, there are five preponderant tracks. The first one is about power and influence, which means we rise in power and make a difference in the world due to what is best about human nature. However, we fall from power and damage the world around us due to what's worse. This is the power paradox. Many questions rise on here in this context. How the power paradox shapes our personal work lives, the leadership circle, creative leadership competencies, and reactive leadership styles. Sharing power, how we as leaders make a difference in the world, and then founding power in everyday actions. Then there is the context of identity, which is the primary function of identity, the spectrum of characteristics that define you as an individual or as a group is to find meaning in life. Sources of identity, conflicts, and identity. Our identity is fluid or fixed. These are three main subtopics in the identity pattern. Letting go of habitual patterns. How free are you to be who you want to be? There is resilience, followership, creating space to change. Leadership starts with you at all levels. That's what you have to remember here. Then the third topic, it's going to be about humble leadership, which means leaders need to be able to get people aligned and committed about a shared purpose, which requires today's leaders to be authentic and humble, about self-awareness, finding your true north, the importance of trust and transparency, the role of vulnerability, humble inquiry, which is leading with questions, the reflection, then there is the humility and humble leadership that looks inwards to lead outwards. Fourth topic, change as an opportunity. Change is an opportunity for organizations and their people to become dramatically greater resources to support each other's flourishing, which means that in details it's creating and sustaining learning cultures in the 21st century, changes as a challenge of opportunity, and applying adaptive leadership theory, handling complexity and grieving the loss. The diversity has to be analyzed through the value proposition. Then there is the importance of learning, and the most important exercise here is also taking a look and change the context within the conjunctures. Then there is the topic of the context of embracing fear. That means that everyday situation provides an abundance of opportunities for experiencing fear, and in many organizations, people find themselves doing a second job no one is paying them for, and they are not protecting themselves. This includes fears, anxiety, and confusion. It does also incorporate facing your shadow side, the courage to be vulnerable, the question of how is fear affecting your workplace and your decisions about your career, embracing and working with fear, developing a capacity to handle complexity. Then there is the vulnerability, which means the willingness to be vulnerable in the workplace. So these are the most important things when we speak about a key executive leadership context. And always remember, as I said in the beginning of the video, the two main topics that mankind embrace today at the end will be culture and learning.